This is the story of Lin, the reincarnation of a forgotten goddess. A long time ago, the goddess Agnesia sealed a great evil within herself and was reborn several times to contain it. In the village of Gaon, Lin was born, a sweet and brave girl, unaware of the destiny she carried. On her 15th birthday, an eclipse appeared. Demons attacked, everyone perished except for Lin. With her sacred fan in hand, Lin set off in search of help and joined the grand chase. A fun fact you might not know: Lin was the first heroine created with the help of Brazilian players. From a simple village girl to the reborn goddess, Lin carries the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Look how cool! Now that we've got to know a bit about Lin's story, briefly summarized here, I'm going to start giving you tips on which build to use, which skill is better, and for what type of content you'll be using these skills, alright? So let's get started! Upon reaching her second class, Lin is consumed by doubts after witnessing the destruction of her village. Lin feels the evil trapped in her soul beginning to awaken. The spirit of the goddess Agnesia re-emerges within her, bringing new powers but also a choice. Now, Lin must decide. Follow the path of light, the dawn, and become the hope of Erinnas, or give in to the darkness within her, the twilight, and unleash the darkness she has always feared. Choosing the path of light, Lin follows the natural evolution, gaining more support and defense abilities, able to strengthen allies with extra jumps or protective shields, which would be the soul shield, right? Soul shield, all allies within it will not suffer any kind of hit or damage, okay? Moreover, the blessing of seals also. If you give the little shield, you gain hyper armor for 3 seconds. Her seal system is enhanced, including a final attack, which can be used for free for a brief period, which would be the limited power, where she acquires more seals like the one I'm showing in the image for you, where she keeps throwing them infinitely practically for a limited time, the seals, right? She also gains the ability to double jump, increasing her mobility in combat, alright? Lin accepts her divine heritage. She awakens as the chosen one of Agnesia, uniting faith and spiritual power. In the light, she becomes a beacon of hope, protecting allies and guiding Erinnas against the darkness. Path of chaotic chaos. Lin cannot resist the evil within her soul. The seal breaks and darkness takes over her body and mind. As chaotic, she unleashes an unstable and destructive power that could consume her at any moment. Let's go! Now I'm going to show you the skills for doing the Void Invasion, which are the best in Lin's arsenal of light. First skill, Light Ray, a focused damage ability with a single hit, but it completely transforms when used with the Sacred Seal by hitting the directional arrows. In this case, besides the main strike, multiple additional hits appear, further strengthening the attack. It's an extremely efficient skill combining simplicity and concentrated power. Now, the MP2 skill, which would also be ideal for doing the Void Invasion Typhoon. The Typhoon is one of Lingus's most versatile abilities. It reaches both directions, making it essential against giant monsters and perfect for facing the void. Its continuous damage multiplies the hits, ensuring a devastating result. When used together with the Sacred Seals, the Typhoon unleashes an absurd power capable of ending battles quickly without relying on a skill tree. The area reach and the fact it hits from behind in the void make it one of the most lethal tools in Lin Light's kit. Final Explosion. The Final Explosion of Light is Lin's most powerful ability, surpassing even her dark version. When combined with the Sacred Seal, the energy sphere slowly falls, hitting multiple devastating hits before exploding with crushing force. This skill shines even more on elevated platforms against immobile bosses. The sphere descends and devastates everything in its path. Without the seal, the ability falls at once, resulting in a single extremely fatal and quick strike. Ideal for eliminating enemies directly, it's one of the abilities that will always be in Lin's arsenal. indispensable in in-game content, especially against giant monsters. In other words, when you throw the final explosion on the platform above the void and it descends there in the void invasion, it gives multiple hits, alright? And this ability is very good, as I demonstrated in the video you saw. Light of Eternity. Light of Eternity is Lin's fourth skill that you can use both on the light side and the dark side. It's perfect for facing the void and invasion. When combined with the Sacred Light Seal, which is press X, and you apply the debuff on the void, a debuff of minus 5% defense applied, the damage is extremely absurd and the potential doesn't stop there. Combining Light of Eternity with the Celestial Light, which is the skill of the third MP of the fourth class, we have a totally crushing combo. The Celestial Light has multiple hits, so Lin attacks with multiple sacred energy spheres that are absurdly strong and crushing. Now, combining Light of Eternity with the Divine Sentence of Awakening, the result is a colossal attack, capable of annihilating any enemy on screen. Lin's energy spheres not only destroy but also spread fear among enemies in the face of the brilliance of her sacred abilities. And it doesn't stop there. You can also use the transformation of the light side into void. Lin's transformation, guided by the celestial power of the goddess Agnesia, is the pinnacle of her strength. Upon awakening this state, Lin reaches a crushing and fatal level, perfect for facing all in-game content, including the most intense challenges of the Void. Lin gains hyper armor in addition to having new crushing abilities, and it's the union between Lin's human power and Agnesia's sacred energy, transforming her into a celestial warrior capable of obliterating any enemy that dares to cross her path with new skills and new combos. Lin Light's arsenal is pure sacred power, from the concentrated damage of the Light Ray, through the versatility of the Typhoon, to the mass destruction of the final explosion. Along with Celestial Light, the devastation of Light of Eternity is the crushing force of her transformation. Each ability has its moment, but together they make Lin an unstoppable warrior, feared and unbeatable in any in-game scenario. Dark side, so you can use the builds for the Void Invasion to really help those who are just starting out and have questions about the dark side as well. And while we're at it, I'll tell you all about it in this video. So, you can use Tempestuous. You'll be using it as MP3, Eye of the Storm, which is this ability here. You'll also be using Final Explosion from the dark side. And as MP2, you can use Superhuman Strength, or if you prefer, you can use Transformation in place on the dark side, alright? Then you transform there and use the transformation from the dark side, okay? What do I recommend for you? Here, normally, you'll set it to recover MP, okay? So in the transformation passive, both on the light and dark sides, you'll set it to MP recovery. Here, you'll always set it to enhance the transformation. You'll increase the transformation's damage. So it will increase the attack by 5%, the defense or the HP recovery, and the maximum HP. So this is really good too. Normally, you'll be using this both on the light side and the dark side. In the case of the dark side, you'll be using this because it will cause an earthquake that will confuse the enemies, causing bleeding. On the dark side, you'll use this. On the light side, you'll use this. You can use it here. In this case, this would be for the dark side and this would be for the light side, or either way here, all right? So this is the tip for those who want to use the dark side here. This is the beauty, all right? Light or darkness, which fate would you choose for Lin? This choice is in your hands because I've already made mine. I'm user Lin, I play on both sides, but I want you to have the experience of choosing the best path for yourselves. After getting to know a bit of the dark side and a bit of the light side, what will your choice be for Lin's fate? It's in your hands. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, alright, about the builds there. Don't forget to follow Grand Chase Classic on social media, alright? Download the game. Those who haven't returned to playing, this is the best time for you to get back into the game and enjoy all the content. We've got a new character coming now, which is Iris, so there's a lot of good stuff coming, and I'm really excited for the 10th to be able to play with Iris. A kiss from Lin Darkness. Bye.